You have a tremendous reputation in Atlanta where you practice. You know how to try a case. And you also know that cases settle, right? I mean, the system would just collapse if we didn't make agreements. And when you look at this one and you look at the allegations, all of these demands, knowing what the NFL has at stake, what do you think we're likely to see as the outcome of this suit, please, Michael?
Well, if I'm optimistic, my hope is that some of these changes he's asking for, some of these institutional changes. So you've got sort of the Rooney Rule, right, which says you have to interview at least one black head coach when you have a vacancy, or one black candidate when you have a vacancy. So I think what Brian Flores is saying is, how do we actually enforce this rule to make it meaningful? Here are some suggestions for what we can do to make sure that black candidates are actually given an opportunity, particularly in the NFL, where 70% of the players are African American. And I think that's important. That's something we can't just overlook or give lip service to. You're talking about young men in their 20s who come into the league, who need mentorship oftentimes, who want to be able to communicate with the leadership and personnel, and you're excluding people who look like them from that opportunity. I mean, could you imagine, for example, the NHL, which is 93% of individuals players, 93% of them identify as white, if all of the ownership was black and all of the head coaches were black and there was only one white head coach in the NHL, people would be raising havoc. They would be saying, oh my God, this is totally unfair. You can't believe this. And so I think people just need to understand that, what Brian Flores is trying to accomplish here is some sense of parity and equity, some sense of fairness in a league where majority of the individuals look like him, and folks should be given a fair shot and a fair opportunity.
Right, Michael. Thank you. I want to go around the horn.